what I see is there's many actual programs that are highly developed that have been so for years since we started to research third culture kids and what's important. And in these, knowing how important the onboarding program is, for example, how do we onboard? How do we bring people in and help them to come and gather? And many, your guidelines speak to these things. Do you have name tags? Is there language that's, is there a translator maybe? Is there somebody that can host at the door? Is there a greeter? Do you know the purpose of the gathering? Are people told ahead what it is so that they receive a wonderful invitation that allows them to come, but also has them wanting to come? So all those features, I think our schools do those things and they also know how to say goodbye. It's very important in our international schools. There's a lot of churn. People come in, people leave. You can imagine for children, it can be hard. You're leaving your best friends. You've been there for 3 years and you're going to a new country, a new place. It's very important to do leave taking well as onboarding well. And we've learned also over time, one of the things that I think we've discovered is that onboarding doesn't just happen the first day you arrive. Onboarding happens over a time, and you have to keep checking in and seeing how was it in the first month? How is it in the second month? And we do that. One of the things that works is I think educators look to see, are kids connecting? Are they connected? Does everyone have a friend? Those things work to look and watch and then to find natural ways to make sure that the connections can take place. So I would say mostly it's observing as the first step, observing. So you would have that intentional observation. And sometimes that might be assigned to a homeroom teacher, it might be assigned to a counselor, but we're all observing. I know as an administrator, I also would check in with people. Are all the new kids, do they have a buddy? Do they have a friend? Sometimes you can buddy them up, and there are very intentional programs about buddying. But as you know, sometimes the buddy you were given might not be your chosen buddy. And so you want to watch for that natural, as well as having the buddying program, you want to watch for those natural connections. And if you see that it is not happening, some of the things you might do would be to reach out to the parent, to ask the parent, how's the child seem to be doing from your side, from your end? Maybe the parent tells you they're on every night with their cousin talking on Zoom, or, they may tell you that there are some other things going on for the child that might help enrich your understanding of their transition. You also would have the classroom teacher do some soft outreach to make sure to see how the child is feeling, to observe whether the child is exhibiting any behaviors of feeling isolated. So those things are important in terms of really deciding before you take the intervention of whatever that is going to be. But another thing we do often is we try to ask the child, what are your interests? How do you like to spend your time when you're not in school? And so there's some person that's creating a safe environment where they're reaching out with care and kindness and making it safe for the child to really share things about them that then perhaps the adult can help with whatever right next step could be taken. And sometimes it's also in conjunction with the parents.